Welcome back to the Pokemon Sword and Shield Countdown. So today I'd like to talk about brand new Pokemon called Cramorant. It is a flying and water type. So basically, this is try number 3 at making Pelipper a good Pokemon. Sorry, I don't like Pelipper very much. So this is try number 3 after Swanna. I'm really excited for this Pokemon because, I don't know, the way they presented it in the direct made it look really funny. And I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing. I think it looks, the design is actually fantastic. It reminds me of Dodo, but it's not really a Dodo at the same time. It's called the Gulp Pokemon. It's flying and water type. And it gets the ability Gulp Missile, which we'll talk about here in a second because it's important. No, flying and water type, I like it a lot. Like I said before, I'm not a big fan of Pelipper. Pelipper just never really appealed to me. Swanna, it's like 50-50. I wouldn't say it's a bad Pokemon. It really hasn't enraged me like Pelipper does, but I think Swanna's not a bad Pokemon. But Cramorant, so far, I would say it's pretty dope. We'll talk about, let's look down here for a sec. So, a ferocious eater, Cramorant is insatiable. When it comes to food, it will try to swallow anything it can fit in its mouth. Sometimes it will swallow things that aren't as intended to be prey, spitting them out in a hurry once it realizes it made a mistake. So, when Cramorant uses Surf or when it uses Dive, as it will say down here, it has the ability of coming back with a fish in its mouth. And like it said there, when it realizes there's things that it's not supposed to swallow, it will shoot it out. And that happens to be its ability, Gulp Missile. Cramorant's ability, Gulp Missile, is a new ability introduced in these titles and can be triggered during battle after using Surf or Dive. It will return with a catch in its mouth. If it takes damage, if it's a mistake, Cramorant will release by spitting out the catch at the attacker. So as soon as it takes damage, then it will spit out the fish at the attacker. Not doing a ton of damage. From what I saw in the trailer, it wasn't a butt ton of damage by any means. So it's almost like kind of like a aftermath ability, kind of, or like a Iron Barbs ability, essentially, where if you hit the attacker, you'll take damage, but it's not. I mean, that's not always this case because it has to use Surf or Dive. It has to go underwater somehow to get a fish into his mouth, so it can't just use Bubble Beam and have a fish in its mouth. Just Surf or Dive. So I'm guessing any HM move that is water type, which I guess is only Surf or Dive. But I wonder if Whirlpool would work. I wonder if Whirlpool will work, because it might. I don't know. It doesn't say anything. So, but no, that's interesting. I would assume it's something like an Iron Barb's Aftermath effect, but Aftermath is after the Pokemon's dead, so really, not really at the same time. But I think it's cool nonetheless. It's a really good ability. And of course, I like the gulping form look to it. Like, just, he's got a fish in his mouth. Like, that's just so cool looking. It's just really, really cool looking. Looking at that photo, actually, by the way, we can see that he's battling a Seaking who's level 46, and he has happened to be level 41. So, interesting enough. And by the way, the Seaking is wild, because I can see the Pokeball animation thing you can click on the side, so cool. Anyway, last thing about it is it never forgets its bond with the trainer. Cramorant can be forgetful, but it will never forget a trainer. It grows in trust. However, it seems that even trainers will face fierce attacks with their Cramorant if they try to steal its food. So don't try to steal its food, essentially. If it doesn't like its food, it will shoot it at you, and if it likes its food, don't steal it from it. So it's pretty smart. But I like Cramorant a lot. I'm torn if I want to put him on my team or not. I don't want to say anything about that because me and my buddy Naxer will be doing a countdown video of guessing our own teams, guessing who we'll be putting on our teams, because we normally by about October, end of October, we usually know at least 4 or 5 of our mons we want on our team. So we're gonna be making a video guessing each other's teams, but that's not gonna be until like the end of October anyway. So yeah. I like Cramorant a lot. I think it's going to be a good mon, and I'm hoping that you guys are excited too.
You can sell weeds. I'm like super hyped for that.